but just want to talk a little bit more. I'm really just trying to share the guitar ladder system. The genesis of the guitar ladder system was when I started off with this book here that was actually reviewed by Guitar Player magazine like 35 years ago and distributed by Carl Fisher. But the point I kind of wanted to make too is that I'm an innovative person. This is a letter from Mr. Les Paul. He wrote me a letter saying he liked the speed pick and it's very good. It means a lot to me. The speed pick and the Zookies is marketed by Dunlap Guitar Accessory Company. This is the packaging for the Zookies. It's got my name on there, designed by Steve Zook. I'm only sharing this to let people know I work my ass off to help to create things, and I spent 7 years to get the speed pick to market. You can get these on eBay or at all the top stores. This is the speed pick. It's got an ergonomically designed pick. This is the one that Les Paul wrote me a letter saying he liked it. Ray Flack still uses it. Ray Flack called it the perfect guitar pick in Guitar Player magazine. And I think he called it a bucket seat for your fingers too. They also came out with the Zookies, which is a thumb pick with my ergonomic 10-degree twist. I think this comes in different angles like 10, 20, and 30. Here, this one that I showed a little bit ago was a left-handed one. Here's one of the small speed picks in the 10-degree angle. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's a great product. You might want to try it. But anyway, I just like to share that I'm the kind of person that thinks outside of the box. And the benefit for you that I think outside the box is I've worked really hard to come up with a guitar ladder system. Not something I just threw together in a couple of years. It's something I spent like 40 years developing and really worked hard on it. But I'm going to make this broadcast simple though. Let's take some simple things like ideas like major 13, great chord. Okay. So that's a major 13. It doesn't have the dominant 7 like a dominant chord. It's a major 13, okay? All the notes of that chord are in a C major scale. Although when I'm playing over this, I might want to, embellish it and add some extra tones and whatnot. But anyway, from that chord, you can always go to a 7 sharp, 5 sharp, 9. Okay? Or you could go that chord, which is basically, if you look at that in C, it's got the flat 7, it's a 7 flat 13, okay, so you could do that. Go to a 4 chord, go to this form of the 13, okay. So anytime, what happens when you've worked the guitar ladder system for a while, you get to a point where you can play any chord and just take off. It's really cool. And that is, even great artists like Eric Johnson say that compositional skills are based on improvisational skills. So when you learn to be a better improviser, you get to know your instrument. You get to know the vocabulary and language of music, and you learn how to create different types of styles and moods and colors. And so you always want to, here you could take the major 13, resolve to a major 7 like that, okay? And it's by doing all these options that you learn how to, hear more places you can go with chords, okay? Here's 13 to 9 to 13. 13 flat 9 resolves to major 7, okay? So it's important that when you practice, you always are looking for new, like this. Here's a great one here. Let's see what we got. Let's try that again. All kinds of combinations you can do, and the more combinations you do, okay. Also, there's these kind of voicings, right? 13 chord, right? Add the 11, and then pick up the 13 with the side of your finger. Got that in Ted Green, right? That's kind of my whole point. And there's just tons of this stuff in the guitar ladder system. So what I'm suggesting is that if you spend 45 minutes to an hour a day on the guitar ladder system, you're going to take an absolute quantum leap. You're going to expose your musical ear. You're going to open up your musical ear, wake up the artist within, wake up your creativity, because when you play all these different chord studies, and I got single note studies too, but it's a chordal work that's going to give you the most, just really going to open up your musical ear and give you the most growth. But when you work on this stuff, you're automatically, naturally, and intuitively going to learn the 10, 11, 12 systems of improvisation. You don't need to stress about it. There's no note reading necessary. The guitar ladder system really gets rid of all the bullshit, gets rid of all the busy work. I spent 40 years coming up with this material, and I tested it with lots of students and found out what works and what produces the most results. And I've got this narrowed down. You're going to get 200 studies. You're going to get the Horace Hatchett secret files, which is worth $250, $300. He's the one that taught Howard Roberts how to play. Howard Roberts started the Musicians Institute in California. He was one of the top jazz players and composers. And like I said, I had permission from Horace Hatchett to share this stuff. Horace Hatchett taught Howard Roberts when he was a young man. Now, some of the Horace Hatchett files I've worked my ass off to tweak, make him even better, and extract as much of his genius as I can. He would love it, by the way. And I showed him some of my early stuff when I was getting my first book together, Modern Chord Cycles for the Guitar. Horace loved it. Also, I took from Joe Pass when I was in my early 20s. I'm 62 now. I showed him some of my material. He loved it. I showed Ted Green some of my stuff. He loved it. He loved my playing. And Ted Green was a phenomenal player too. But anyway, what I'm just trying to say is the guitar ladder system, I worked really, really hard to come up with that material. It's not something that just came together in a couple years. We're talking 35, 40 years of hard work. I just released it about a year ago. So, if you want, I don't want to sound like Anthony Robbins, if you want the edge, but I mean, really, if you want a shortcut to learning, and if you want to, like again, not do busy work, if you want to work on material that's going to give you the most musical growth, the most results for the time you put in, invest the $199, folks. It's like getting thousands of dollars of high quality guitar instruction material for $199. It really is. I've kept the price super low. That's why I've sold 3,100 of them. But it's really a powerful system. You don't have to know how to read music. And if you just spend 45 minutes or an hour a day, it's going to open up your creative mind. And the challenge I'm saying to people here, and it's really true, is that, think about, would you like to discover just how good you can get on guitar? Would you like to discover just how much you can grow as a musician? You want to discover your musical self on the deepest level and learn to hear music, learn to compose your own music. And it doesn't matter if you're in a band, if you're not in a band. It doesn't matter if you just play on the weekends. It doesn't matter if you're getting paid or not. It doesn't. I've had students that have been on more. I think I just mentioned in my last one, Jeremy Long was on a morning TV show with his band. He studied with me years ago and went through the guitar ladder program. I've had students who've sold music for film and TV. I've had a lot of results, but it's not the results that's important. You do this because you love to do it. And I believe that when you do what you love to do, you're more in sync with the universe. And if something happens, great. If not, then you're just happy because you're a better musician and you're waking up your musical mind. But the challenge I'm saying to you is, as opposed to just playing guitar and saying everything you do is wonderful, accept the fact that maybe you haven't grown as much as you'd like the last year or two. Spend an hour a day working on some material that's going to give you a quantum leap. If you want, look at it like musical meditation. But if you spend 45 minutes to an hour a day on the guitar ladder system, you are going to get some massive results. You're going to wake up the artist within. You're going to wake up your creativity within. You're going to discover what music is floating around your subconscious mind and floating around your soul. This is a heavy thing, man. And like I said, this is a result of 40 years of work. It's not something I just fell into. So anyway, I'm gonna end this broadcast soon. But again, I was talking about the major 13 resolve to 7 sharp, 5 sharp, 9 to 13, 9, 13, 13 flat 9. I was also talking about the 11 chord with the 11 and the 13 resolved to the bichord, which is a minor 7 and a major 9 together. And that's a beautiful, that gives you some contra emotion. Hear that? I could bring that down a half step. Or that could be into major 13. That major 13 has a flat 5 in it, okay? So that's a nice little resolution there. Hear that? That could resolve into the major 13, okay? It's all about learning, like I said, when you learn how to resolve chords, you're going to have some massive growth. So what you need to ask yourself is, you know, would you like to discover just how far down the rabbit hole you can go? You know, the Matrix, right? But no, it's true. The subconscious mind is an incredible thing. When you eat a banana, folks, you have to diet. Your subconscious releases 860 enzymes. We have a lot of power floating around our head. They said it would take a room the size of the Empire State Building to put a computer. You have to put computers in the whole Empire State Building that would have the capacity of what our human mind can do. So we have the ability, we have a lot of potential, but you need to wake it up, you need to give it tools, and that's what the Guitar Ladder System does, okay? All right, I'm going to stop this short. You can order the Guitar Ladder System at stevesguitars.com. If you want a free sample, just go, you want a sample, just go to email me, polkzoo@gmail.com. But really, folks, my suggestion is don't overthink it. You know, procrastinate your procrastination. Just order the system. The Guitar Ladder System is what you're looking for in an innovative guitar instruction system that will help you take a quantum leap, help you learn to understand the language of music, the color of music, help you make much more progress on your guitar than without it, and help you discover the artist within and discover what music's floating around your head. It's an exciting thing. It's a great natural high. You can order it at stevesguitars.com. Be the best $199 you ever spent. You're going to get a 10-year membership. You can get this done in a year or two. But my advice is just don't overthink it. Take action, order this system, get going, and I'll welcome you to the Guitar Ladder family. All right, take care. Let's keep the faith. Bye.